Hello, and thank you for joining us on this episode of Job Done Right. We're at the Ragan Massey studio with company co-owner Tom Regan. Today, we're here to talk about one of the products that started it all, RM43. You'll find this product in its distinctive red bottle at retailers across the United States. It's Ragan Massey's biggest selling product, and it's been proven on farms, homes, and commercial properties for years. RM43 is a powerful product, and you do need to take precautions when using it to avoid harming desirable plants. Let's bring Tom Regan into the conversation and learn a little bit more about RM43 and how it should be used. Tom, thanks so much for joining us today. We've had Mike on the show a few times, but it's great to have the other half of Ragan Massey with us.
Thank you, Angie. Glad to be here.
Now, the story of Ragan Massey as a company is really one of entrepreneurship. And right now, RM43 is one of your most popular herbicide products, but I've heard you guys got your start in seeds. Can you tell us a little bit about the history and how you got to where you are today?
I can. Mike and I started the company in 1991, so we'll be celebrating our 30th year this summer. We were selling and distributing seed and chemicals for another company, so we recognized an opportunity to blaze our own trail and do some things on our own, and took that opportunity. And that's kind of how Ragan Massey was born. You specifically asked about RM43, which has become one of our best-selling products. Again, we were listening to our customers, and we were getting feedback from our customers that they wanted something that was a little more potent than just killing weed and grass. They didn't want to have to come back and respray again. And we said, the light bulb went off. We said, we know what to do there. And so we went to the drawing board. We came up with RM43 and started getting the word out. And that's where we are today.
And I've heard most of your products, if not all of them, are still manufactured in the U.S. Is that the case?
Absolutely. We are located in Ponchatoula, Louisiana, and everything is manufactured here in the USA.
Well, that is awesome. Now, when it comes to RM43, it has the reputation of being pretty effective as a weed control product. What makes it so effective?
Well, RM43 is unique in, as I mentioned, our customers were telling us that they wanted something a little more potent. They were spraying weed and grass killers, and they were having to come back and respray, or it would control the weed and grass, but it wouldn't control the brush. So anyway, long story short, we put a combination of two chemicals together. One is very effective on weed and grass. The other one has a unique property in that it controls brush, and it binds with the soil, so that gives you the residual activity and acts as a weed preventer.
Now, I know RM43 continues to kill up to 1 year. Is it okay for people to put new plants in ground that's been treated by RM43?
No, you wouldn't want to use RM43 if you have any intentions of planting anything in that area. We have other products for that. Compare and Save weed and grass killer, RM18. You can spray those products, and after a short period of time, about 2 weeks, you can plant behind those. But not RM43. You want to spray it only where you want to kill everything and you don't want anything to grow.
So you shouldn't apply it over the roots of desirable plants, but what if you can't see those roots? Do you have any tips to how to avoid those?
Well, the rule of thumb on RM43 in and around trees is 2 times the drip line. And what the drip line is if you standing underneath a tree, it's where the edge of the branches go. So if you step off 5 steps from the trunk of the tree, and that's the edge of the branches, then you want to go another 5 steps, and that would be 2 times the drip line. And that's as close as you'd want to spray to that tree.
Okay, great advice there. I've heard RM43 also contains a surfactant. Some recommendations from users who added an additional surfactant have said it's worked even better. What are your thoughts on adding a surfactant to RM43?
Well, we formulated it with all the surfactant that you need. If you added some more surfactant, it's not going to hurt anything, but we manufacture it with the correct amount of surfactant. You don't need to add any more.
Okay. Any other application tips for RM43?
Well, you want to always follow the labeled instructions. those labels and instructions are there for a reason. You want to make sure you get good control, complete control, good coverage. I mean, you want to avoid drift. What I mean by that is if it's a windy day, you wouldn't want to spray and have it drift over onto something desirable. But basically read the labels thoroughly and follow the directions. I know, with social media and everything going on out there, there's a lot of information and you may not be getting the correct information. So read the labels. It's important.
Okay, good to know. Always read the labels. Now, I visited the RM43 product on Amazon, found tons of reviews, almost 1,300, and most of them were 4 or 5 star reviews, which is super impressive. The top review, however, was from a professional applicator who recommended mixing 3.2 solution for maximum results. What are your recommendations when it comes to mixing, and how does this solution compare to what the label recommends?
That's a little on the light side in terms of concentration. We recommend that you mix 7.4 ounces in 1 gallon up to 10 gallons of water, and that should be applied to 1,000 square feet. And that's a little tricky and hard for some people to understand. But if you can picture 1,000 square foot envelope shape, you want to get 7.4 ounces of active ingredient in that area. So how do you go about doing that? Well, first of all, you need to mark off the 1,000 square feet. And what I do is I fill my sprayer up with the amount of water that I want to apply. And I have a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. So I'm going to put 4 gallons of water and I'm going to go spray that 4 gallons of water on 1,000 square feet. And basically what I'm doing is calibrating it. I'm trying to figure out how fast I'm walking. When I cover that 1,000 square feet, I want to be out of water. So if I get to the end of where I'm trying to cover and I have water left in my tank, then I've been walking too fast. If I get to the end and I've run out before I get there, then I'm walking too slow. So what you're trying to do is figure out how fast you're walking and spraying. So back to my 4-gallon sprayer, I'm going to put 7.4 ounces and I want to empty that 4 gallons of solution in that 1,000 square feet.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds good. Always test with water. Sounds like a good plan.
Test with water, you figure out how fast you're walking and how much chemical you're putting out.
Definitely. Okay, well, we have another question, and this one's based on some recent news headlines that we've seen. There have been some stories about shortages of the primary active ingredient in RM43 and potentially rising prices. Will this affect RM43?
The short answer is no. Yes, you may see slightly higher prices over the course of 2021, but I don't anticipate you not being able to find the product. It'll be available.
Good to know. Okay, now we have another question on this topic from a Ragan Massey customer that we received through social media. So one comment that we often get is that RM43 doesn't seem to be visibly killing growing weeds, even after a week. So what are your thoughts on the situation and what can be done to help RM43 work even faster?
Well, the most common issue with that is weed killers, herbicides work better when it's warm and the plant you're trying to kill is actively growing. So you're going to get faster kill in a hot summer months than you are in a cooler spring or cooler fall. So that's the reason that's happening. Now we do manufacture another product called RM18. It doesn't have the residual effects or the brush control, but we do put another herbicide with it that acts much faster. So if you have a particular application in the spring where you need it dead in a great big hurry, RM18 would be your choice.
Okay, great to know. Well, Tom, thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks for your time and all the advice. I found it really helpful. I hope everyone else watching or listening to get the job done right has found it helpful as well.
Well, thank you so much, Angie.
We come to you every 2 weeks with expert advice to keep your lawn, commercial property, and farm productive and healthy. Make sure to subscribe to Job Done Right and tell your friends too. If you have questions you'd like answered on the podcast, please share them with us through reganandmassey.com or on social media. For educational articles and videos, visit the advice column on reganandmassey.com or our YouTube channel. See you in a couple weeks.